Blake Lively is skipping the Met Gala because she's not a Kardashian. Snow White completely bombs at the box office opening weekend. We're going to get into that. And Garcelle Beauvais has quit Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Or was she fired? I got some tea. Let's dive in. You're listening to No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What's going on? Welcome on in, welcome on in, welcome on in. Hi, everybody in the club. How we doing? In the club, we all fam. In the club, we all fam. Hi guys, welcome on in. Today I'm rocking my Daddy Sleuth shirt. Like I said, you can order your merch. It is available now. All 50% of my proceeds from all merch sales between now and April 11th will be donated. Oh, look at, I see you guys have ordered some. Yeah. Anna says, hey, Zach, I got my Justice for Justin shirt. Yay. Hey, Zach. Daddy sleuth do 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 do. Daddy sleuth do 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 do. Did you like Justin's new haircut? Oh, should we? Justin, let's pull that up, actually. He was looking kind of like a snagger, right? Okay. Here, I'll pull that up so that we can show off Justin's new haircut. See, like, yeah, isn't this funny? You can see my merch is literally an ad on Daily Mail. Justice for Justin, Daddy Sleuth, Mommy Sleuth. I just find that hilarious. But so look at this. Look at Justin Baldoni looking like a snack. Looking like a snack. A snack. I mean, cute. Look at those muscles. Shout out Clint Brewer for capturing these photos. I mean, the arms, the muscles, the little Lululemons. I don't know if I like this haircut though. I'm gonna be honest. It's not the vibe. It's not my fave vibe. It's cute, and listen, the tank and the shorts, and it's all looking very, very cute. I'm digging the look. I don't love the haircut though. I'm gonna be honest. It's not my favorite look on him. He looks good though. I mean, this angle and these arms, like everything, like, what a delight. What a delight. His hair during Jane the Virgin was the best. Yeah, I agree. His hair during Jane the Virgin was the absolute best. His hair has been. I don't like the man bun. Maybe he's trying to grow it back out and do a man bun again. I don't know. Emma says, yeah, I prefer when he had more hair. But yeah, I liked the long hair. I think the long hair, it ends with us. Hair is good. I think obviously he wants to get away from that look so that he can kind of dip out. I've been seeing your merch ads everywhere. Yay! I love it. Guys, just a reminder to everybody that new merch, limited edition merch has dropped. And we have the new Justice for Justin shirts, Mommy Sleuth shirts, and Daddy Sleuth shirts. Today I'm wearing Daddy Sleuth. So you can order them. You can also order Zack Pack hoodies, Zack Pack t-shirts, Zactivated tank tops. All of these are available. I will donate 50% of all proceeds of all my merch proceeds for between now and April 11th. So you have until April 11th to place your orders. Go place your orders. And when you do, be sure to let me know. Post your photos and tag me in them so I can give you guys shout outs and repost and all that fun stuff. So let's get it. Go get your merch. Nofiltermerch.com. There's also a link in the description below. Nofiltermerch.com. The cabs are here. When the cabs. He is not skipping a workout or protein. I know that's right. I love long hair on men, and he rocks the bun. He's super cute. Yeah, listen, he was rocking it. He was looking good. He was looking like a snack. Like a snack. Okay. What do we want to start with? Snow White, Blake Lively in the Met Gala, Blake Lively stalking fans. Didn't Justin sport the man bun to donate to cancer patients? Yes, he did. Zach, have you seen Jersey Shore? The reality show? Like the OG Jersey Shore? Yes. I haven't watched the new one though. An Italian snack. Yes. Give me some of that Italian sausage. Just asked for the Mommy Sleuth shirt for my birthday. Yay, Lisa. Congrats. We should buy ad space on Glamour. That would be hilarious. Snow White, please. Snow White. Oh, okay. Oh, Barbara says Anna Winter banned Blake Lively. Why did she Is that real? Okay. Oh, everyone wants to start with Snow White. Okay, well then let's start with the Snow White. Then we'll get into the Blake Lively, and then we'll get into the Garcelle. I'm surprised that you guys are like actually uh like into the Snow White. I've been loving it. I've been loving seeing this movie completely tank and bomb because it just feels so necessary. What happened to Snow White? Did they mess it up? So not only did they mess it up, but they've completely tanked the new Snow White movie. It brought in the lowest numbers of a Disney. I think it did worse than Dumbo, and Dumbo was one of the worst Disney like the live action remakes that they've put out there. So Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot are the two stars of this new Snow White. Rachel Zegler plays Snow White. Gal Gadot plays the Wicked Queen. And so Rachel Zegler was under a lot of fire, so much so that they delayed releasing this film like a whole year. I believe it was supposed to come out in 2024, and now it's not coming out until now, which is 2025. Whew. Why don't we play some of Rachel Zegler's old bits that kind of turned the audience off because she really seemed to not even like Snow White. She seemed to kind of hate Snow White. But so here are the numbers that came in from opening weekend. So they set the bar very low. I actually like the Dumbo movie. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with the Dumbo movie, but so they set the bar very low for Snow White, basically projecting that the film would likely make domestically. So here in the United States, the film would likely make 45 to 50 million. Okay. 45 to 50 mil was the projection. It made less than that. It brought in 43.3 mil, which granted still a lot, but considering the budget, considering, all the delays that I'm sure drove up the budget even further, like they really had to scale back their promotions. They had to really scale back and kind of monitor Rachel's interviews because when she originally promoted this at DCon, which was back in 2022, that's where was it? Yeah, it was 2022. But let me show you a couple of her interview bits. And this is ultimately what lost the audience and what turned people off from Rachel Zegler. So here's an interview that she did with Extra.
Came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
People fall in love.
It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024.
Yeah, see, confirmation that it was supposed to come out in 2024. Weird. Like, what is weird about, like, I don't know. Is it weird? Like, if a man's pursuing me, I don't find that weird. I'm like, when you're ready, come and get it. Nah. Just make a different movie. And then why ruin the classic? Thank you. I agree. Christina says, Mommy Sleuth reporting for duty. Thank you, Christina. But like, that's the thing. Like, make a completely different movie. It's giving ew, boys have cooties, right? Like, I mean, to be fair, this interview was in 2022, which was still very much, the height of the woke era. But if you would have thought like that was bad, right? Like, let's get the Disney publicist to kind of ring her in a bit. But no, she continued.
So special.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like
Disney
something
World.
a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film.
So what's so bad about wanting true love, right, Jem? I don't know, right? She watched it once and was terrified, and her mom. Like, it was just kind of weird. Like, Snow White was scary, though, the forest. I mean, sure, a lot of the Disney fairy tales, like, had moments where you have a wicked witch and you have dragons and all this stuff. It's part of the mythical fairy tale of it all, right? But then for her to be like, she said that it was scary because the prince was a stalker and it was weird and it was creepy and it like creeped her out. So she clearly does not like the Snow White story, right? She doesn't believe in true love. I mean, who knows? Maybe she'll never get married. Maybe she'll be, a cat lady. Nothing against that, but Grimm's tales were scary. Yeah, Grimm's tales were scary. I'm sure so many young actresses would kill to be a Disney princess. She should be grateful. You would just think, right? Like, why be part of this franchise, especially being part of Disney, where Disney is like it's supposed to be the thing that unites all of us, right? Like Disney brings the world together because it's about fantasy, it's escapism, it's magic. Well, then she went and she decided, you know what? I haven't done enough damage. So let's weigh in on the election. And so Rachel Zegler decided she was going to weigh in on the election on her Snapchat. Let's take a listen.
For Kamala Harris. And it's actually non-negotiable. Our rights are on the line, folks. Our reproductive rights. Come on. Go vote blue. And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business. Thanks.
Well, Rachel, that's exactly what they did. You said that you don't need their business, and guess what? They listened, and people did not show up to watch you in Snow White. Here's the thing. I don't have an issue with her endorsing Kamala Harris and her coming out and encouraging people to vote. I think that that is absolutely her right to do that, right? It's on her personal social media. I mean, you kind of have to be aware that if you're going to be making political statements, which she did when the Snow White trailer came out, and she's like, oh my God, the trailer got so many millions of views. Thank you guys. Oh, and also free Palestine. So she very much is making a number of political statements, which Disney isn't a very political brand, right? Disney is a very brand safe, has a very brand safe image. And so they don't really get political. They don't want their stars commenting on certain issues, especially when you're Snow White. Like you have to know that like Disney's really going to want to, reel that in. So aside from all her free Palestine stuff, she comes out and posts this. And again, my issue is not with her endorsing Kamala Harris. She is totally, absolutely, she has the right to endorse whichever presidential candidate she wants. But the issue is the end of the video where she goes on to say, if you don't, it's non-negotiable, unfollow, I don't need your business. Okay, when you're an actress, that's kind of, you become the face of these projects, right? And if that's not what you want to do, then like become an activist. Go, work in DC if you want to be full on political, right? Be, a lobbyist. I don't know. Do something that feels meaningful to you. But it's just like, Rachel is entitled. Oh, it's Rachel the entitled. She's the bomb. So yeah. The Lord Farquaad hair in Snow White was weird. Yeah, I didn't love Snow White's hair. Her which is I think in the thumbnail of this video. Her hair was it was very Lord Farquaad. Snow White wishes for the one she loves at the wishing well. Yeah, she wishes for her one true love. Like that's the story of Snow White. Like she wants a man. Like if you want to do an independent woman sort of story, then like cool. Create a new story. Like, why do we keep recycling the old films, recycling the old IP? Like, just, keep it moving. Why I love the classic Disney film, right? It taught us to believe in that. I mean, maybe some of the, the tropes were a little dated. I'll give it that. But I mean, come on. They already had the different Snow White remake with, Kristen Stewart. That's right. That's right. Cat lady, I feel slighted. No, I wasn't. Sorry, I wasn't trying to take a dig at the cat ladies. Fuck around and find out. I know that's right, Jitterbug. That she did. That she did. I don't believe she's in entertainment. What other fantasies bring us all together? Blake Lively's. Yep. Well, I just wanted to give you guys an update on Snow White. Snow White completely tanked, bombed, caboodled, dunzos, didn't make it, didn't last. Not even a little bit. 43 million is all it brought in domestically. Oh, and then internationally, because they expected it to at least break, 100 mil. 86 million worldwide is what it brought in opening weekend. And so some people are like, oh, but it's the number one new release right now. And I'm like, well, sure, you can say that because there's nothing to really compare it to right now. Like it's like when everyone's like Meghan Markle's show in the top 10 on Netflix. It's like, well, because there wasn't a lot of, other shows that were really going to compete with it. So, ooh. So yeah. Oh, and then I believe Rachel Zegler also, so that was before the election. Then after the election, she said that she wishes people that voted for Trump never know peace. She posted that on I believe it was Instagram, that they never know peace. So I'm sorry. I don't think that's really going to motivate people to want to go and support her. But then again, she says, like, if this is a non-negotiable for her. So if this is something you don't agree with, then unfollow her. She doesn't need your business. And so the world spoke and they're like, all right, you don't need our business. We're not going to come and support you. Sorry. You told them. And there we go. Disney messed up with the dwarves. Oh, the dwarves. The dwarves were so funny. Remember the dwarves? What were they? The people? They weren't well, they weren't called dwarves. They were called the village people. The Snow White and the seven village people. Wasn't Snow White the OG of Walt Disney? It started everything. Yeah. Ashley said, Zach, they need to stop their copyright. Hence why they need to keep their copyright. Hence why we even have live actions. Oh, that makes sense. Recycling and ruining. Yeah. The mirror was one of the best. Magic mirror. Was it magic mirror? Everyone says that that's a Mandela effect. It was the magic mirror on the wall, or mirror on the wall. I don't know. I feel like that was a bit of a Mandela effect. I watched the last Hunger Games this weekend, and the same actress was not really good. Same actress was not really good. Jennifer Lawrence? The last Hunger Games? Mockingjay? Yeah, copyrights expire. Okay, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Or they'll lose. Yep. Totally makes sense. Thank you guys for clarifying that. See, what would I have? What would I do without you? Disenchanted with Amy Adams was a fantastic update. It had all the Disney tropes and modern heroine spin. Yeah. Ooh, the porn version of Snow White was better than the movie. I mean, you said it, not me. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, yeah. But they weren't dwarves anymore. In the new one, they had all the village people, remember? And it was all the different people of different genders and different colors. It was just the rainbow. Zegler is in the new Hunger Games. Oh, like isn't there like a throwback one, like a prequel? I forgot about that. She's in the Hunger Games too. Jesus, she really tanked her career, didn't she? Yep, it was magic. You're right about the Mandela effect. It was mirror on the wall, right? It wasn't magic mirror on the wall. Have you gone down the Mandela effect rabbit hole on TikTok? It's a wild one. The cornucopia in Fruit in the Loom, Britney Spears and the mic. Hit Me Baby One More Time. She never had the mic. The plaid skirt with Britney Spears in was it Hit Me Baby One More Time? Yeah. He said, okay, Snow White sucked. Let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Snow White did suck. Okay. Do you want to move on to Blake Lively? Or do we want to move on to Garcelle? Weird. I guess we'll talk about, okay, the Blake Lively story is kind of funny. And so I don't know if she really did get banned by Anna Wintour. I kind of feel like that's a theory. But Blake Lively will not be attending this year's Met Gala. Why, might you ask? Well, it's because she is not a Kardashian. And she doesn't attend every year. So she had a source that came out to Us Weekly and that said that the real reason she wasn't attending is because she doesn't need to attend every year. She's not going to attend every year. She's not a Kardashian. And I was just like, really? It's kind of strange. Blake at the Met was the only thing that she was remotely good at. I will give you that, right? And so I was like, how many times has Blake Lively been to the Met Gala? Like, has it been like how many times? So it looks like she's been going to the Met Gala. She's been going to the Met Gala since 2008, you guys. 2008. So I don't know. It sounds like she's been going longer than the Kardashians. Because Kim Kardashian had to really fight for a spot there before she was able to get welcomed in. Need our daily dose of Blake and Baldoni. Here we are. She missed last year's Met Gala also, right? Yes, she did skip out on last year's Met Gala. But so there were a couple of years that she did miss. So let's go through it because I have all of her. We got all of her Met Gala looks year by year. And some of them are actually, listen, we'll give it to Blake Lively. Some of them are actually pretty good, Okay. So this was her most recent. This was 2022, I believe. And listen, you got to give it to her. It's a gorgeous dress, and I think she looks incredible. So this was her 2022 in America, an anthology of fashion. This is probably one of my favorite Blake Lively Met Gala looks. It just looks great. Nailed it, right? Then we get so prior to 2022, the last time she went was in 2018. So she does seem to skip a couple of years. I think this year it's very obvious that she skipped. But so this one was the heavenly bodies, fashion, and the Catholic imagination. I think this is when Kim Kardashian came and she had that gold dress and she had the cross. Not my favorite. It's very Roman. It's very Catholic. I'll give her that with the red and the gold. Not my favorite look, and it's mainly because of her makeup. You can't really see it here, but if you look at other ones, wasn't my favorite look. Then she went again in 2017. The Reiki Kawambo, Art of the In-Between. Interesting. Feels very Hunger Games-y, with the blue on the bottom, with the peacock flowers or the peacock feathers on the bottom, and then the gold up top. Nice, classic. This could be a standard Golden Globes dress. This kind of added a little more flair to it. Very Hunger Games is what I would call it, but this is 2017. Then we get into Blake Lively in 2016, fashion in the age of technology. Very heavy makeup. This one's also a nice look, right? Seems like she was starting to up her fashion profile here. I mean, the satin, or what is the silk? Not my favorite, but it's not her worst look, right? I think this one was just kind of like meh. This one I didn't really care for, even though it was very high fashion. It was very overstated, but like didn't really land. This one's not too terrible, right? It's fine. This one I did not like. I thought it was super boring. This is 2014. So we went from that was 2016. So she went in 2022, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2014. So she skipped 2015. And this was Charles James, Beyond Fashion. I wouldn't say anything about this look was beyond fashion. I believe this was the year her and Ryan Reynolds came out as a couple publicly. This was the year that they walked the carpet together and like outed that they were officially a couple. This was 2014. Don't love the hair. Too much hair going on. Dress, very simple. Fine. Kind of washed out a bit. It's a little too close to her skin tone. Hi, Gucci. 2013, Punk. Chaos to Couture. I don't know if I love that theme, but okay, this is 2013. Very tan, very heroin chic, right? Fine. Looks like something you would get like at I don't know, they have like the fashion district here in downtown. Not my favorite look, but she's trying to go a little high fashion. This was her punk. I don't know. Would we call this punk? I wouldn't call this punk. I would just call it kind of cheap, but not punk. Then we have 2011, her Alexander McQueen, the Savage Beauty era. I think her hair looks great. This was before she started using her Betty Brown, or what is it, Blake Brown, whatever it's called. And then, I mean, cute, simple, not my fave, but like she looks very nice. Her makeup looked good. Her hair looked good. Then we get into the 2010 American Woman fashioning a national identity. Snap. This is very Kim Kardashian 2010. Like this was very quintessential of what the Kardashians were wearing back in that day, down to the shoes. It was on brand. 2009, the model as a muse. Boring. Not that interesting. Even her hair, like her makeup, like everything seems very. But then again, the Met Gala was very boring and understated at that time too. It wasn't what it is now. It wasn't the high fashion. 2008, superheroes, fashion and fantasy. Nothing about this tells me that she's a superhero. She has her Cruella de Vil gloves on. Fine. Okay. So these are all Blake Lively's looks. So she's been going to the Met Gala since 2008. Let's be very clear. She's gone many, many, many times. I still think this is my favorite look of hers, which was her most recent one, which was in 2022. Definitely a fave. Love me, hate me, crucify me, whatever you want to do. She looks great. I'm going to give her that. Oh, her dress matches her. So yikes. So this whole narrative about like she's not a Kardashian, I think is just stupid. It's bogus. It's redonkulous. It's silly. Like, come on. Until last year, I didn't know the difference between Blake Lively and Justin Bieber's wife, Hailey Bieber. They do kind of look similar. Haley Baldwin is who she was. She was Alec Baldwin's son, right? Or daughter. She was very pretty and statuesque. Yeah. Listen, she's had good moments. We're gonna, like Brandon Sklenar, he's hot. We may not be thrilled with him right now, but he's hot. We'll give him his moments, right? Does he have a wiki feet? Remember when we did the whole wiki feet deep dive and Justin Baldoni versus Ryan Reynolds? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have the balls to go either. I mean, yeah, but I mean, listen, she had the balls to do SNL. She had the balls to do South by Southwest. So, Stephen Baldwin's daughter. Got it. Not Alex. Stephen. Yes, that's right. She's Stephen Baldwin. Got it. Sorry. She skips when pregnant or after giving birth. Oh, which would make sense why she would have skipped last year because she had just given birth. She was maybe a little insecure in her body. That makes sense. And you're right. All of those photos, she has, 4 kids? And those were the years it looks like she skipped the Met Gala. Interesting. Brandon Sklenar is not hot. I think he's hot. I'm sorry. I know you guys call him Timu Thor. He's hot. No more feet. No more feet. We're not doing any more feet. I'm sorry. Not the wiki feet again. More wiki feet. Oh my God. I still stay my opinion. Brandon is not hot. I think he's hot. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've just been single a little too long. Maybe my bar is a little low. Baldoni's hot too. Listen, Ryan Reynolds, I don't find hot. I mean, I can see how some people may find him attractive when he's like really working out and he's all cut and stuff. But no. Sklenar is not hot. He's not ugly, but he's not hot. Let's find a real man for Zack. Let's do it. I don't think Brandon is hot either. Brandon Sklenar sucks. He is hot. See, thank you, Kay. Kay says Brandon sucks, but he is hot. Yep. What shirt today? Today I'm wearing the Daddy Sleuth shirt. Kim. Ryan is not hot. Yeah, Ryan is not hot. Blandon. Oh, that's a good name for him. Blandon is very boy next door, but he's got a fit body. Yeah. So maybe not much of a wow factor. Sleepy face, Ryan, clown face, Justin Baldoni, hot. Would you guys still feel this way without this kid? I guess like you can objectively look at all 3 of them and be like, yes. Like, I mean, come on, you have to be a little intimidated if your wife is like having these sex scenes and making out with Justin Baldoni. Okay, but let's get into Blake Lively. So that's Blake. She's not a Kardashian, even though she's definitely. Warren says, you single impossible. Single, my love. Single. What do you think of Justin's new hair? We talked about it. We didn't love it. I think we unanimously voted we didn't love the new hair. It's just kind of a little spaghetti, like stringy a bit. It's kind of cute, but like not really. Like I liked his short hair on Jane the Virgin. I kind of liked his It Ends With Us long shaggy hair. That was kind of cute. Hot is a temperature, people. Oh. Brandon is basic. Baldoni is hot. I mean, yeah, single and ready to mingle. I know that's right. I am single and ready. Maybe this will be my summer of love, right? We're gonna get lit. We're gonna get it this summer. Let's get it. Love your blonde hair. Oh, we love the blonde hair. Yeah, the blonde era was fun. No more hair focus. Blake needs to give up. Yeah. You're a whole snack. Thank you. I'm glad all the women in the live chat think that I'm a snack. Italian men in general are pretty hot. Yeah. Zack, what size shirt are you wearing? I want to order, but not sure what size to get. I'm wearing a small. This is a size small. And it fits me pretty well. You know? But yeah, in the photos that I posted on Instagram in the merch, I'm wearing a size small. I love my husband. I've never had sex with a woman, and I will never be with anyone but my husband for eternity. But Marshall Mathers and Godzilla, the hottest dad body I've ever seen. I haven't seen that. Zack, you need to check out Sam Starr. He's cute as pie, Amabella on RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, I don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Daddy Sleuth Summer. I know that's right. Zack is a snack. Okay, thank you guys. Let's take a quick break to give some love to this week's sponsor, which is Nutrafol, and then we'll dive into Blake Lively stalking this fan. But first up, listen. This year, there's nothing holding you back from loving your hair again. Hair, as we're talking about hair and Justin Baldoni's new haircut. Hair is so much more than what you see on the surface. It's a reflection of what's happening inside. as we can see with Blake Lively. Let Nutrafol target the key root causes of your thinning hair and help you grow stronger, healthier strands from within. Right? Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Thinning hair is different for men and women, so a one-size-fits-all approach to hair growth doesn't cut it. Nutrafol has multiple formulas for men and women that are tailored to different life stages, such as postpartum, menopause, and lifestyle factors, such as a plant-based lifestyle. So you get just what you need. Physician formulated with 100 drug-free ingredients, Nutrafol supports healthy hair growth from within by targeting the root causes of thinning, stress, hormones, aging, nutrition, lifestyle, and metabolism through their whole body approach. While many supplements rely solely on ingredient studies, Nutrafol clinically tests final formulations to ensure efficacy. Building your hair growth routine is super simple. You can start today with Nutrafol. I'm loving my Nutrafol hair. I mean, listen, after all the years of bleaching, I had the bleach blonde hair for what, like 6-7 years. I needed to like rehab my scalp and my hair again. So I'm glad that I found Nutrafol. You can start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code NOFILTER. One word, no filter. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER. That's Nutrafol.com. Promo code no filter. The link and the code are also in the description below. Whew. Let's see. Do you think Blake Brown Beauty will sponsor you next? I don't think that will ever happen. I did see Betty Buzz the other day or a couple weeks ago when I went to Expo West, which is the Natural Products Expo in Anaheim, and they have all the different products there. And I saw Betty Buzz. I was walking. It was like a smaller booth, but I mean, those booths are still ridiculously expensive. But I remember seeing them in the corner. And as I was walking down the aisle, one of the girls that was working at the booth, she was like, "Huh," and she like noticed me. And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Don't look, don't make eye contact. They probably hate me." I was like, "Oh my god, don't turn, pivot." So I tried to avoid it like the plague. Betty Buzz, Betty Booze, whatever it's called. They had a Did you see anyone buy? Well, they weren't. I don't think they were selling. It was more of sampling and just like promo to get like distribution. So it's more of like where you can find different distributors and you can get in different stores and you can get marketing, promotions set up and all of that. But you don't actually buy at these expos. I guess you can, but you're not really there to make sales. You're there to sample and stuff. Brandon is hot. Thank you, Christina. It seems like the audience is pretty torn about Brandon Sklenar being hot or not. It's not hot. Stalking your fans. So we heard about this story a little while back, but this woman, Caitlin Cooper, she went on, I believe it was her TikTok, and she was talking about how during South by Southwest, she was staying at the Hotel 1928 in Waco, Texas. And she said that she saw Blake Lively in the lobby and filmed her. And she's like, "Oh my God." And she even posted the video to prove that like it's true. And everything. And the reason this became an exclusive in the Daily Mail is because she was able to verify everything that she was claiming for the most part. So she claims that Blake Lively came out and was in the lobby and she was like, "Oh, that's Blake Lively." And then I guess Blake Lively noticed that she had filmed her, that she had her phone out to take pictures or whatever. And I guess Blake was not happy about that. And Blake was upset. So the next day, I guess Caitlin was leaving and she claims that Blake Lively, she was putting her stuff in the car, and then she hears a woman say hi, and she turns around and it was Blake Lively, and she's like, "Oh, hi." And then she said that Blake had her phone out as if she were filming her back. And so it's like, oh, interesting. That's kind of weird. Like Blake Lively, you see her in the lobby, you're filming her, and the next thing you know, she's there with her security guard and they're filming you. And then she said that Blake came and walked around the car and like recorded, she believes that Blake recorded or got a picture of the license plate. And then Blake gave the phone to her bodyguard. And I was like, that's strange. And then I guess she was posting about it on her Instagram stories. And she said that someone from Blake Lively's team ended up viewing her Instagram stories, as did somebody that worked at the hotel, also viewed the Instagram story. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like, why is she following Waco, not Waco? Sorry, Waco, Texas. Wacko. Everyone's laughing at my pronunciation of wacko. Psychotic. I know. That was scary. It is scary. Hello is Waco, Texas. Sorry, Waco, not wacko. Wacko is spelled with an H. That is scary. Yeah, that's scary. I would feel really intimidated by that. I call it wacko. Too many crazy things happen there. I mean, clearly, wacko is where it's at. They had a wacko in Waco. When was this? South by Southwest, a couple weeks ago. Remember when she was there to promote what was it? The Another Simple Favor? Aren't most celebrities recorded all the damn time? Yeah, it was just weird. Somebody said that Onijah Robinson was arrested. 100K for real estate. Her current, yeah, the latest that we heard of Onijah Robinson, that's the woman from Pakistan. She was our Pakistani queen. She was the woman from New York. She went to Pakistan to find her boyfriend that she was dating, or I guess her husband. Turns out he was 19 and she was catfishing him with a Nicki Minaj filter. And so when he saw her, he was like, whoa, stranger danger, not going to happen. And then he was 19. So his parents were like, yeah, definitely not going to happen. So, yeah. And then she camped out outside of their home and then got a lot of press and then started hosting press conferences. And she was like, I want the government to give me money because I'm going to put it back into Pakistan and I'm going to make Pakistan great again. And so she was trying to make Pakistan great again. And then not the Nicki Minaj Onijah filter. Yeah. She catfished him with the Nicki Minaj filter. Now she's wacko. Yeah. Yes, we have 2,000 people watching, guys. Hit the like button if you're enjoying this episode. If you are enjoying No Filter with Zack Peter. Okay. Yes, don't come in Austin or South by Southwest as a celeb and not be traumatized when they grow up. It's horrible to have narcissistic parents. Yeah. I mean, she tried to make it great. She did. And then Onijah, they were trying to get her home and they kept getting her flights and she wouldn't get on the flights. And then eventually they were able to. She had Shabana. Remember Shabana? Shabana. And she's like, this is my team. Shabana's the head of my team. And Shabana was the police and she was her police escort. And she was telling the press, this is Shabana. And then Shabana was supposed to get her ass on the plane and fly her back to New York. But I guess there's not a direct flight from Dubai to New York. So not a direct flight from Pakistan to New York. So they ended up putting her on a flight to Dubai. And then she went to Dubai and then she got lost in Dubai. And then she was detained in Dubai. And yeah. So last we heard of her, she was detained in Dubai. Brigitte says 88.6 thousand. Yes, we're so close to 90,000. Can we hit 90,000 this week, guys? Can we hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube? Hit the subscribe button. We're at 88.6 thousand. That's less than 1,500 away from 90K. And then eventually, like Onijah, 100K for real estate. I said 100K for real estate. Judy says, hi, Zack. Look, you're looking very handsome today. I'm going to pick my merch now. Yay. Let me know which ones you got. Let's get it. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. To the front, to the right, to the back, girl. Is your night? I know he thinks you're fine and stuff, but does he know how to wind you up? So I actually believe this Caitlyn woman about Blake Lively recording her, and she probably got her license plate, or was at least like doing this to like intimidate her. I totally believe that. At first, when I heard the story on TikTok before it like got picked up in the press, I was kind of like, I don't know, do I believe her? And does she really see Blake Lively? And this story sounds a bit wackadoodle. And then she came with the receipts, and the Daily Mail's like, we confirmed. We saw that somebody that worked for Blake Lively appears to have viewed her stories. Somebody that works at the hotel appears to have viewed her stories. She has the video of Blake Lively in the lobby, and I was like, oh shit, this is real. So yeah, a wacko in Waco. Not Caitlyn. Blake was the wacko in Waco, just to clarify. Zack, I'm fairly new here. I love your channel. Thanks for all the hard work you do. Thank you, Allison. I appreciate that. Blake is like a crazy person. Yeah, I think she's a little, I think she's just a little paranoid, you know? Lee says, you look great in Daddy Sleuth. Thank you. Guys, just a reminder to get your merch. 50%. I am donating 50% of all merch sales now until April 11th. All the mommy sleuths, you know, we're going to show Stephanie McNeil that the mommy sleuths can't be tamed. You're not going to shut us down. Mommy Sleuth t-shirts, limited edition while supplies last from now until April 11, 2025. I'm donating 50% of all my my proceeds from merch sales to the No More Foundation in support of domestic violence survivors of domestic violence. So let's do this. This is the organization that Justin Baldoni wanted to donate to. So I also have, if you want to show some love, a Justice for Justin shirt. So you can order yours here at nofiltermerch.com. All of the merch items, so you can buy any of the classic merch, all of it available for sale now. And I will donate 50% of all merch proceeds for orders made between now and April 11th. I'll be donating to the No More Foundation. So get it. Get it, get it, get it. No More Foundation. Woohoo. Yes. What an amazing cause. Yes. What do you think about Joe Gato? Joe Gato. Garcelle T. Oh, let's get to the Garcelle T. Zack, you're awesome. You're my favorite podcast. Thank you. She did it to herself. Yeah. April 11th is my birthday. Definitely going to get some merch. Yay. Blake lost more fans. Not surprised. Okay. Garcelle T. So if you're Housewives fans, so I'm trying to figure out what I can say and how much I can say. Because I have chatted with a couple of different people this morning. So Garcelle, actually, let's play that. Garcelle Beauvais has just announced that she is leaving the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So let's play Garcelle's exit video. Whew, let's get it.
Hey guys, so I have some news. I've decided to leave Beverly Hills. It's been a wild ride. I mean, some amazing things have happened and some hard things have also happened, but it's been a ride nevertheless. One of the reasons why I'm leaving is my family, my boys. Their last year of high school is next year, and I want to be a part of that. And Jade is starting a new career, and I want to be a part of that too. And secondly, I have the most exciting projects that I am developing, producing, and acting in. I can't tell you anything right now, but you'll know soon. I just want to say thank you to Andy Cohen, to Bravo, NBC Universal, Evolution, 32 Flavors, the producers, the crew, and of course the ladies. Andy Cohen says I can come back anytime. The door will always be open. So you never know. I might pop back in sometime. To the fans, I want to say thank you so much. You guys have cheered me on, supported me, and sometimes even fought for me or on my behalf. It means a lot. And I hope you guys will continue on this journey with me. It's not goodbye. It's see you later. So see you later.
See you later, girl. Bye. So at first I was like, there is absolutely no way. Oh, act sad. Oh my God. I'm gonna act like Danielle at the traders table. Listen, I will say, because everyone's complimenting her hair. Garcelle looks incredible. This is the best we've seen Garcelle look. I'm glad we got rid of the red hair. I think that her hair looks incredible. I agree with you. She definitely is not using Blake Brown, Blake Lively's hair care brand. Listen. Yes, we already talked about Snow White. Listen. At first, I was like, there is no flippin' way she is quitting this show. Like, are you kidding me? She has two boys that are about to go to college, and she has. So I'm about to eat my words, okay? Because I said there's no way she has two boys that are about to go to college. She just bought her Bakersfield beach house. Like, come on. And then I saw all the Bravo fans were coming out, and they were like, "Oh my God, girls! Oh my God, we're gonna miss her, and oh my God, we're so sad." And she quit, and it's because she's so busy and she has so many things going on. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Right. And I'm like, calm down. Like her Tubi movies are not doing that hot. They're not bringing in her housewife salary, which is a 6-figure salary, right? Like Garcelle's got to be racking in at least, she's 5 seasons in, right? At least 500,000 per season, at least, right? Because think about it with Erica. Remember when Erica was in the hot seat when the first season of the Tom Girardi scandal happened, and at the reunion, Andy Cohen was like, I know how much you make, and you make a pretty good salary. And at that time, I believe it was estimated that Erica was making over $500,000 per season. And at that point, that was her 6th season on the show. Garcelle, this is her 5th season. So she's at least making around 500,000 is what I would estimate. And you're going to tell me she's just going to easily walk away from 500K? Come on. First of all, she's boring. You take that back. She's on Lifetime. Okay, fine. She's not on Tubi. She's on Lifetime. Listen, I can tell you right now, the Lifetime paychecks are not as they're like for how many Lifetime movies is she in? Remember Ariana was in that Lifetime movie? Did anybody watch that? I believe that she wants to spend more time with her sons before they. Did you guys just fall out of a coconut tree? Come on. She can spend time with her kids. She can put them on the show. If she put them on the show, she would actually have a storyline. Sending her kids off to college and becoming an empty nester seems like a very relatable and compelling storyline. Okay? Listen. I don't think she wants the petty drama. Well, Zack, I didn't get your members only notification. Oh no, make sure you have all notifications turned on, guys. She was totally fired. Well, actually, Tiffy, she wasn't fired. She did quit. Okay. Well, here's what I think happened. She quit, and I don't think the network begged her to stay. And so I think it kind of just became like, oh, well, I guess she's leaving. I guess she's quitting. So from what I've heard, crazy to turn. Yeah, exactly. Crazy to turn. I think it was similar to like Lisa Rinna. Remember how Lisa Rinna's last season, she quit after the reunion and she was like, I'm done, blah, 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 blah. And Lisa Rinna had her whole I'm done moment. And then eventually she was like, well, just kidding. I'm not done after all. No, it's 500 per season. I think that Garcelle, I was talking to my friend Donna Bowling this morning, and her theory is that Garcelle couldn't handle the pressure anymore. And I think she probably couldn't handle the pressure because this is the first season the audience turned on Garcelle and Sutton. I've been calling them out for their bullshit for years, right? I've seen what they do to these women, and I see how they pile on people, and I see how they love to kick you when you're down, right? When Garcelle has brought nothing to the show, and let's be honest, anytime anybody has had to go toes with Garcelle, she immediately turned it into, oh, well, you must be racist. Like, she always threw down that card. She did it to Kyle Richards when Kyle called her out for not donating to the charity. Remember when Garcelle pledged her donation and didn't donate it, and Kyle's like, you never gave your donation. And then Garcelle's like, how dare you? What are you trying to say? That the Black community doesn't pay their bills? And it's like, well, no, but you didn't pay your bill. So like, what? And then she did it to Lisa Rinna. Like, it just always kept coming back around and becoming that again and again and again and again. And I think the network brought in Anna Marie, hopefully to try and counter that, right? They wanted to add some more diversity to the cast. And then we had Anna Marie and we had Crystal that came on. Crystal ultimately ended up being a total flop. Crystal was great her first season, as was Sutton, as was Garcelle. And then they just let the audience and they let Twitter get in their head, and it just completely changed, right? So Garcelle always played the victim anytime anyone challenged her, every single time. But then they brought, and Anna Marie was a total flop because Anna Marie ended up being conservative and Republican. And she was like, I don't want, trans women in sports and blah, blah, blah. And that was a whole big thing. And that was a big part of everyone saw Crystal and Anna Marie fighting about Sutton's esophagus. But really, I guess what they were fighting about was politics. And so ultimately, Bravo edited that out of the season because, I mean, we saw how that went with Ebony and Ramona and the Real Houses of New York season, that final season before the show completely went under. So I guess that was a big part of Crystal and Anna Marie's issue all throughout that season. And so fast forward, Anna Marie didn't work out, but now we have Bose. And Bose is very much beloved. The audience loves her. The women like her. And it totally fractures Garcelle's narrative about Dorit being racist because now she has Bose in her core. And their friendship seems to be pretty genuine, right? I know people like to say that maybe they're on an island, maybe it's an alliance, but you can definitely see that Bose rallies and rides for Dorit, right? Which completely crumbles Garcelle's narrative that Dorit is a total racist, which is also just so dangerous to go on national television and to continue to try and weaponize that against people. It's different where you have Sutton, where Sutton goes and she says, I don't see color. And when she had that issue with Crystal and that like became a point of contention for the two of them, that was very different, where Sutton has kind of put her foot in her mouth a number of times, and yet Garcelle has never held Sutton to that same fire. We've never seen Garcelle hold Sutton to any sort of level of accountability when it comes to some of the comments and statements that Sutton Strack has made, but yet she was always doing it to Dorit, and it was really just because she didn't like Dorit. So Now we have Bose that's entered the picture, and now I think Bose can very much hold her own. Love Bose. Bose is a boss. Bose brings in real money. Bose brings in real success. So I'm very much a fan of Bose. And I think Bose is definitely going to be able to hold the torch now that Garcelle is out, because Garcelle can't play those games anymore, right? She can immediately default to being the victim. And so I think this was the season that the audience and the women finally turned on her and were finally holding her accountable. We saw it last season with Sutton. Remember Sutton when she was starting to get the heat, and when Kathy came out, Kathy Hilton, they brought her up, and Sutton's like, oh. And then Sutton had to be hospitalized and she had to leave the reunion. Come on. What will Sutton do without Garcelle? I don't know, actually be a real person and realize she can't hide behind Garcelle anymore? Come on. Bose is everything she isn't on the show. Exactly. Bose brings so much more that Garcelle couldn't. And Bose actually has rich story that she brings to the table. Brigitte said, I had to Google Bose, and Google shows me a cartoon character. So her name is, her full name is Bozoma St. John. And she, total badass businesswoman, right? So she worked at, she was C-suite level. She was the chief marketing officer, CMO of Netflix. She was also chief brand officer of Uber. She was also CMO at Endeavor. Oh, she worked at Endeavor. That's where Ari Emanuel, who just stepped down, came from. I mean, but come on. Endeavor, Uber, Netflix. I believe she also worked for Apple, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. She was named in 2021 one of the top 50 most influential female leaders in Africa. Like, listen, she worked at PepsiCo. Oh, it was Beats. Oh, it was Apple. She was a marketing executive at Apple Music after joining the company in its acquisition of Beats Music. Got it. So, I mean, come on, very accomplished. Very accomplished. She's not leaving the show. I mean, she's a boss. Bose is a boss. Yes, I agree. Love and Bose, very much so. But so I heard Garcelle really did quit, but I think the network did not beg her to stay. And I think she probably wanted the network to beg her to stay. I think she wanted the network to like kind of be like, no, we need you. When I think the network knows they don't need her. She doesn't bring anything to the show, right? She really doesn't. And it's about time she finally exits. So I've heard a few different things. I've heard production was aware that she would weaponize, she would play the victim and she would kind of weaponize, or the production wanted to add in more diversity to the cast so that she couldn't do that. Because obviously Crystal would never hold her to that same standard. Crystal would hold other women to that standard, but Crystal, Garcelle, and Sutton were like all on this alliance. And they never called out Kathy. When Kathy had her tantrum in Aspen, Crystal was like, I didn't see anything. I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. I heard that Crystal did see and she did know, but she wasn't going to give her loyalty to Lisa Rinna. She was going to give her loyalty to Kathy because she was friends with Kathy. And, that's where her loyalty was going to stay. So she wasn't going to bring any of that up on camera. She was going to stay loyal to Kathy. But it's like double standards, right? Complete double standards. So sorry. I don't think the network cared to keep Garcelle moving forward. But apparently she did quit on her own accord. I don't think that she thought that she wasn't going to return, though. Zack, why do you think Hollywood hasn't officially canceled Blake and Ryan? I want to hear your take on this. I feel like I've covered this a number of times. I just think Ryan Reynolds still holds a lot of power here in Hollywood. But I mean, you can see how a lot of, like, when they went to the SNL thing, you can see not a lot of people were willing to, like, stand by them. Same thing at South by Southwest. The only person that was, like, confidently posing on the red carpet with Blake was Michelle Maroney. Or what is it? McKelly? I don't know how you pronounce his name. But he plays her love interest in Another Simple Favor, and he was the only one that was confidently doing that. The rest of them were all just in group shots that were kind of obligatory, right? So I think Ryan Reynolds still holds some money and some clout in Hollywood, but ultimately, we'll see. Will Garcelle have to pay the $1 million fine for leaving or early breaking contract? I don't know if she broke her contract early. I don't think so. Right? Well, I think she plays the victim. I think the heat gets on her. This is all my own speculation. But I think the heat gets to her, and I think she just, similar to Rinna, like what we saw with Lisa Rinna, that she absolutely, was like, this is overwhelming and I can't fight Kathy. And, and then Rinna was like, I quit. I think it's probably one of those sort of scenarios. And then Rinna did kind of try to come back afterwards. I think Rinna brings a lot more to the show than Garcelle does. Like, there are very few people that bring a lot. Like Rinna and LVP, I think really brought a lot to the show and were just such like bulldozers on that show. What does Carlos King call them? Um, what does he call it? Force multiplier. Very much force multiplier. I think Garcelle's contract was up. She knew that she could quit. She probably, wanted to have some sort of bargaining chip. And I don't know. Force multiplier. Yeah. So, yeah. Rinna was not liked by a lot of fans. She was until she wasn't, and I think everybody has that moment. You're liked until you're not. But here's the thing. Kyle has ridden out many of those seasons. Dorit has ridden out many of those seasons. Erica was at the bottom, right? When all of the legal stuff was coming at her, and she had the most incentive to leave the show, and she sat through it. She took all of her beatings left and right. They came at her so hard. She took it. Oh my God, Zach, new Megan quote is so bad. What's the new Megan quote? Is there a new Megan quote? What's the new Megan quote? Oh God, we have the trailer. Oh God, should we watch the trailer for Meghan Markle's new show? Meghan, Duchess of Montecito. Did she post it on Instagram? No, she posted the photo of the kids. Okay, so I saw that. So it looks like her trailer just dropped. Meghan Markle drops females. What is it? Let's see. Maybe we'll play this. Let's see if I can pull up the trailer. She just dropped her new trailer for it. Oh boy. Can't wait. I'm riveted. Sorry, I'm trying to load it up because it looks like it just dropped. Confessions. Meghan Markle has promised to dive into some major girl talk as she dropped the trailer for her new Confessions of a Female Founder. Okay, why won't it play? Okay. It's not loading on here. Did Lemonada release it? Where was it released at? Oh, here we go. It was released on People. Oh, here it is. Let's play it. Let's do a share screen. Let's listen. So anyway, long story short, Garcelle quit the show, but I don't think that the network really cared to have her back. I think they were looking to kind of get rid of her, and they were kind of over her. Okay, let's listen to Meghan Markle's new trailer.
Lemonada.
Lemonada.
I'm Megan, and this is Confessions of a Female Founder, a show where I chat with female entrepreneurs and friends about the sleepless nights, the lessons learned, and the laser focus that got them to where they are today.
No time to get down, 'cause I'm moving up. No time to get down, 'cause I'm
Okay.
moving up.
We got
No
moving
time
up.
to get down,
Okay.
'cause I'm moving up.
Okay.
We're diving into the highs.
What are we
It
diving
just
into?
started climbing and climbing and climbing. And there was 5,000, 10,000 people on our website. And I called Roger. I said, what's going on?
And the lows.
I'm sitting there the next day. I've pissed off everybody. I'm broke. And no one's calling me.
Oh no. And the kind of advice that turns small ideas into billion-dollar businesses.
I knew in that moment I'd rather stand for something than sell a whole ton of product and stand for nothing.
You have to detach from the outcome. You have to. It's a little bit like the way we talk to our children. It's, did you try your best?
And of course, we're going to get some girl talk. Are you saying you're not single now? Have I missed something in the past couple weeks? What's happening?
Can we stay focused, please?
Okay. And through it all, I'm building a business of my own and getting all sorts of practical advice along the way that I'm very excited to share with you. So join me for Confessions of a Female Founder from Lemonada Media, which, by the way, is also female founded. Launching April 8th, wherever you get your podcasts. Let's do this, lady.
Okay. Boring. Oh, who were any of those people? I didn't recognize any of those voices. She's doing girl talk. She's like, "Oh my God, you're not single? Like, do we care? Like, who is she talking to? Who? What? Listen, maybe there's a niche audience for that. There's a niche audience for me, right? I don't know. Good luck, Lemonada. You missed the quote. What's the quote? What was the quote? The era of girl boss is so over, right? And that's not to say that like there aren't female founders that are running businesses, but like the trend of the girl boss era is so over. Zach, can we talk about Teresa and Louis before? No, I don't care about Teresa and Louis. They have financial issues. Okay. Bethany talked about it, right? I know Bethany posted a video. I just don't care about that. Like it just doesn't interest me as much anymore. There, didn't Bethany have some sort of podcast? Yeah. Oh, yeah. What happened to her podcast? Is she still, what happened to her podcast? Is that still a thing? Is Bethany Frankel? Let's see if she's still doing her podcast. What was it? Just Be with Bethany Frankel. Oh, yeah. She's still doing it. Wow. I didn't know. She did a Just Be rant about Miami. And then she did Just Be dating. And then, yeah, it looks like she still releases at least like 2 episodes a week. Just Be rant. Fit check from my colonoscopy. Okay. Well, there we go. And she's doing astrology predictions and colonoscopy episodes. So Bethany is killing it. You go, Bethany. Oh my gosh, she totally copied the concept from Stephen Bartlett. And then now Bethany is doing Housewives recaps on TikTok. Again, so uninteresting. Is anyone listening to Lisa Rinna's podcast? Listen, I do like Lisa Rinna and I loved her on the show. Not listening to her podcast. Sorry. Not interested. Is it good? Let's see, Lisa Rinna. I feel like the name of her podcast was also just not. I love Rinna, but like you have to call it what it is. I also invited her on the podcast and she said no. She's too busy. And I was like, all right, good luck. Okay, she's got 195 ratings on Apple. That's bad. That's real bad. For a celebrity podcast, that is dismal. 195 is really low. Yikes. Okay. I love Meghan Markle. I don't understand why all the hate towards her. Listen, she's not for everyone. Oh, this is the quote. The quote is wild. This isn't Shark Tank. This is Dolphin Tank. What? Are you kidding me? That's her tagline? This isn't Shark Tank. It's Dolphin Tank. What does that even mean? Like, truly, what does that even mean? I miss the old days where Lisa Rinna and LVP were on Beverly Hills. I love Messy. Yeah. Well, then you couldn't be messy anymore because then Garcelle was like, well, if you're messy, I can be messy. But if you're messy, you're racist. Nancy said that quote is mental. It's so unhinged. What is it supposed to mean? It's just dolphin. Yeah, it's just weird. Okay. That means nada. I was literally saying that when you did. When I did what? What did I do? Dolphin. No, that's a seal. All right. Well, that was wildly all over the place. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Ooh, we just got 3 new brand deal offers. Okay. I love when my emails come in and my manager gives me good news. What does that even mean? Oh, yeah. What is that? Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative. Bethany gives me you're looking great today. I'm glad that you guys think that I look great today because I feel like I slept in. I threw my back out, so my back has been killing me. I have to give up the gym today and tomorrow. I have to stop. I can't do capture the flag because I have to go in for a massage and get my back fixed. My back's broken. Yeah, I feel like, and I didn't even wash my hair this morning. It's like greasy, and I didn't get to work out this morning, so I feel like I'm like, I don't know. All right, guys. Thank you. Be sure, last shout out, be sure to get your merch. Let's raise some good money for the No More Foundation. Just a reminder, I'm donating 50% of all of my merch proceeds with orders placed between now and April 11th. So you have now until April 11th to order. That's 2 pay cycles. That way you can order something, maybe order something else, order for friends, and be sure to post and rock your shirts when you get them. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Like I said, 50% of all of my merch proceeds from sales that come in between now and April 11th, I will donate 50% of those proceeds to the No More Foundation in honor of Justin Baldoni, and it ends with us while we're all talking about this and doing the thing. Want to make sure that we're also kind of bringing some good awareness, because we've taken a lot of the awareness away from DV. And so we want to put that back in. So we have Justice for Justin shirts, Mommy Sleuth shirts, Daddy Sleuth tank tops, and then also all of the classic merch. Zacktivated, Zack Pack hoodie, all of the classic stuff is still available as well. And I will donate 50% of those merch sales too. So everything in the merch store, 50%, I'll be donating to the No More Foundation. Whew. All right. Let's have a great day. I love you. Yes, we do ship internationally. I know that's a big question. Let me know what shirts you're ordering. Zack, what if Justin reached out to you for the No More Foundation? I would be open to that. Absolutely. I feel like I would want to wait until after the trial to talk to Justin Baldoni's team. Just because I want to make sure that like it feels like we're biased, and I'm not like Nick Vial, who like doesn't want to lose my follow from Ryan Reynolds. All right. Love you guys. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. Give me a follow, Justin and Zack. Follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack, and stay tuned for more tea to come. I love you guys. Ciao for now. Get your merch, nofiltermerch.com. All right. Go tune into Dawn, and Dawn is live in 15 minutes, so go check her out. All right. Bye, guys.